What's going on, guys? So with summer coming up, I only have one question for you. Who wants to lose weight? Who wants to look good on the beach? Who wants a healthy lifestyle? I'm sure those are three things that everyone aspires to do, especially at this time of year. The first thing that always goes wrong is people do this extremely incorrectly, and second off, they do it unsafe. So here today, I'm going to focus on talking about weight loss in women. Now, several women who are uneducated would look at these photos of these fitness models and think, wow, they must literally eat grass and practically nothing. But you would be very, very wrong.
Jif crunchy peanut butter and cinnamon on top, and then I have 8 egg whites.
Now the first fitness model I told you, this is a sample of her breakfast. As you can see here, this meal is probably around 450 calories, containing 42 grams of protein and 62 grams of carbs. Now we move on to meal 2, where she tells us how she incorporates eating into her day.
Probably have a little snack before then, and then I'm either gonna make dinner or get Chipotle. It depends on what my friends want to do, but I will check back in with you guys in a little bit.
Now, adding up all the numbers on the right, this Chipotle bowl is 935 calories total. Now look at the number of protein and carbohydrates she's had in a day. You would think that these numbers are so high, yet these are healthy numbers that will help you achieve daily health and fitness goals.
Went over a little bit on my protein. So what I'm going to do is just up my fats a little bit and take those calories away from where my carbs would be, because I can't eat 100 plus carbs with no fat or protein in them. So I'm just adjusting my macros, keeping my calories the same. My main goal when I'm tracking is to hit my calories and my protein and kind of keep my fats and carbs where I had them like all day listed. But if I have to adjust them every once in a while, that's okay too. I was really craving Chipotle. I'm glad that I got it. And yeah, I'm probably gonna have some oatmeal, and I don't really know what else. I'll keep you updated and you will see. But yeah, I just wanted to fill you guys in as to what I was doing with the rest of my macros, because you just saw that I have like 100 grams of carbs left. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
One of the most important things that Natalie says here is she makes it a daily priority to reach her calorie intake, which is way over 2,000 calories, just for her specific body type, but also for her fitness goals. Look at the way that her body looks and look at the amount that she's eating. This is the first part of the disposition that women have, and these disbeliefs that under-eating is the way to achieve these bodies, which this is the wrong way to think and the unhealthy way to think. So let me ask you, are you under-eating?
My name is Christine, and I stopped eating for 2 weeks to get thinner. Whilst online, I came across a dieting blog by a girl called Sophie, who had been on a diet where you eat under 400 calories a day. She'd posted some pictures, and she looked amazing. I decided then that becoming thinner would fix my problems. Everyone would compliment me on my new body, and I'd get my confidence back. I wasn't the sort of person who did things by halves. It was all or nothing. I'd read online that if you feel hungry, like drinking a glass of water will make them go away. Even better, a can of Diet Coke and chewing gum would fill you up even more. I could do this. It was much easier than I expected. I purposely overslept, so I had to run to school without having breakfast. At lunch, I ate my ration of 2 carrots and Diet Coke. And I told my parents that I was studying for a test, so wanted dinner in my room. As soon as they'd left, I'd flush it down the toilet. Although I loved being in control of my diet and my life, after a few days, my friends had finally noticed that I wasn't eating. And whenever they asked, I would snap and say that I wasn't feeling well. I started fainting. The first time it was when I got up too fast from my bed. I woke up, shaken, on the floor, and vowed to get up more slowly next time. Then it happened at school, in front of my whole class. I was finding it easy to eat nothing now, as I had very little appetite anyway. I was feeling very, sick and lethargic most of the time, but Sophie told me she was feeling it too. and it would probably get better. We would message each other into the night with inspiration quotes and pictures. I stopped really talking to anyone else. I passed out in school again, but this time they couldn't get me to wake up. I finally woke up in hospital on an IV drip, extremely confused and feeling worse than I'd ever done in my life. My parents were there, and they told me that my brain had shut my body down because it just didn't have enough fuel, but that I was going to be all right. I felt too weak to cry. It took me a few weeks to fully recover, and luckily, because I hadn't been starving myself for very long, I hadn't done any lasting damage. I somehow found Sophie's parents, and it turns out that she has a very serious eating disorder that has been going on for years. I am now seeing a counselor, but I consider myself lucky that it didn't get too far.
So obviously we can see from that video that signs of undereating has a lot of side effects, such as fatigue, being ill more often, hair loss. We can have reproductive issues as well, constantly feeling cold. You can have skin problems, being depressed, and having impaired growth when you're older. Therefore, it's important to know how many calories should I be having every single day? And I'm going to show you exactly how to calculate that and maintain this in order to reach your fitness goals. So let's just take, if you are 140 pounds, how many calories should you be having in a day? 140, and you're going to multiply this number by your activity level. So activity levels are from 12 to 15. 12 being less active and 15 being more active. I would say 15, especially if you're a college student walking around on campus and you're active. 3 times 15 equals 2,100 calories per day to maintain this weight. Therefore, if you're looking to lose weight, you can subtract this number by starting gradually, 100 calories this week or 200 calories the next week. So maybe you would aim to eat around 1,800 calories in order to lose some weight. Or if you're looking to gain muscle, then if you're eating the right foods, you can increase this number the same way. I personally believe that this is such an important issue that we have to address and have people really learn about, because there are 30 million people that suffer from an eating disorder, and every 62 minutes, someone dies of an eating disorder. Especially with women, these eating habits are established at a young age. Therefore, we have to incorporate proper education of how to eat, how to maintain a healthy lifestyle in order to prevent eating disorders from developing. Also, it's really important that we get this societal influence of social media out of the way, because it is really inhibiting other people's opinions on how to eat right and how to take care of your body the proper way. From these educational videos, you can see that it is so important to have over 2,000 calories. People don't believe this, and it's something that we need to normalize, and we really need to make an impact on in order to change society and to change other people's lives.